Hi, I'm Paul Perdue and I am the infrastructure nerd.
And I'm Mary Jo Boyd, a legal technologist. We all know we can enter payments in Tabs and Trust as credit card payments, and that will code it as a credit card payment in the software.
But wouldn't it be nice if you could just process the credit card at the same time you're doing that?
It would, and we can using the ProPay account, and it's new and improved and easier than it has ever been.
New and improved?
It is.
Wow.
It is called ProPay, and you can enter these and process them directly into Tabs and Trust and have everything done immediately.
Can you show us how to do that?
I can. So I'm really excited about the new ProPay account that they have set up to replace the previous version of accepting credit cards in Tabs and Trust. ProPay is giving you much more flexibility, and it's so much easier to add payments using the credit card and process it right through Tabs3 or Trust. It also has a really nice e-check feature, so you can do that and process those. And the pricing is set up to just be completely easy to follow, easy to understand, and it just makes everything, like I said, much, much easier to do. So I'm going to talk about how to set it up, and then I'm going to talk about the pricing a little bit and just kind of walk through this with you a little. So first I'm going to start in Tabs, and so to set this up, we actually need to go into customization. Under your utilities maintenance menu, we have our customization menu. And so you first have to actually go over to merchant services, and you have to enable it, and you have to go ahead and set that up for ProPay. Now what I'm telling you here, we also would have to do into Trust, and you do need two separate accounts to manage those. You can't manage trust payments from within a Tabs3 ProPay account. You would actually have to open a second ProPay account that would handle the trust. And so you would have a different account number, password, all of those things to manage that. And then if you have separate trust accounts that are at multiple banks, or you have separate banks that you're doing with the that you need to deposit in, that would be separate accounts as well. But you can have multiples, but you do need to make sure that you set those up with ProPay. So if you already have an existing account with them, you just need to call them and you need to go ahead and change that to the ProPay account. I'm going to say that most people, if you already had one, you've already done that, because at the end of December of 2015, you had to do it to enable the new way that they do the chip cards and things like that. But if you have never used credit card processing, you're just going to set up a brand new ProPay account, and you will just go through that. I will give you the information at the end. You will call them, email them, you will get that set up so you have your account. And I'm telling you, it is very fast. They have it back to you quickly. You get your account number, and that's what you need when you get here. So I'm going to enable the credit card payments for payments, and I also have it enabled for client funds. That's a choice. If you're using client funds for your firm, you can also enable it for payments that are coded as client funds, but you can go ahead and do credit card processing for both. You then need to go into the firm account, and you need to put in that merchant ID that they give you, your description, your user ID, and then this great big long password that they give you as well. You can test the account, make sure it works, that's in there, and you can accept the payments. That's the easy part there. You also can set up different locations. So this is what we were talking about. If you have a different location, a different bank that you need to go ahead and accept payments for, you can add those in, and you can have those different merchant IDs and different things in there that are coded directly for that. You also can set up different timekeeper accounts. So if different timekeepers have a different merchant ID that they're depositing into their own, account, whatever, you can do that and keep track of it that way as well. Most firms that I work with, they have a firm account. They're depositing and processing credit cards through one PayPal account, or ProPay account, ProPay account. And that's how they're working and setting that up. There's also this nice little Learn More button right in customization. So if you click on that, that will take you out to the website that you can get in, and you can talk about, or you can read information, about the ProPay account and how to get that. There's a number to call. All of that's on here. What fees are charged for processing? All of that is right here. And if you've already got an existing credit card account, processing account, how do you change that? All of that is located right in that Learn More, directly in the customization. So you can pop out to that document if you like. And then I'm also going to show you a document that actually has the pricing on it as well. So once I have that set up, I'm just going to save that information. And again, I would do the same thing in the Trust module. So if I wanted to set up a separate merchant account in Trust, again, utilities maintenance, customization, and then I'm going to go to merchant services. I'm going to enable, and then again, I can do the account setup. It's going to have me go ahead and put a new one in, and again, I set that up over in Trust. I'm not really going to do that. We don't take trust payments where we are, but you will do that in the Trust module. So once I have that in there and I want to process a payment using that new ProPay account, I'm just going to click on payment, and I'm going to come into a test client here. And this doesn't have anything due. I know I'm just going to use this as a trust, but I'm going to process a dollar payment and just show you how this would work. So now if I choose credit card instead of, check or whatever, I'm going to go ahead and hit save. I'm going to save this for an unapplied for future payments. And now instead of it just recording it as a credit card payment, I have the option to go ahead and open up and continue using this ProPay account. When I click continue, it's going to ask if I want to add the card number or swipe the card. Or if it's an e-check, I can add the e-check in the bank account information. Now, the really cool thing about ProPay is that once you add a credit card in here, it will remember that credit card for future payments. And it won't display the whole number of the credit card. It'll give you those last 4 digits. Everything will be X'd out, so it's secure. But yet, if you need to go ahead and multiply charge this every month or every time you're billing, it stores it for you, so you don't have to call the client every time and get that information. So that's really helpful. So I'm going to just add a new card here. I'm just going to pretend. I'm not really going to put one in. I just want to show you the screen. But I would put in the name of the person, the card number, the expiration, and the zip code. And then I can also check whether or not it's a foreign card or not. I can add the card, or if I choose not to store the information, I can just say, if I want to add the card manually like this, I would just add it. If I have a card reader, I can say swipe the card now, and it was waiting for my swipe, and it would fill all this information in for me. So you have 2 options. If you do have a card reader, a swiper in your office, you can use that, or I can just add it manually and put it in. Now it's going to tell me it's invalid because I didn't really swipe it. So I can add that in and then save it. I would then go ahead and process this, and then it would give me an option. And again, it's telling me I didn't put all the information in, so I can return back to the credit card window, or I can delete the payment or retain it for without submitting the credit card information. So you do have these different options in here as well. I'm going to return to the credit authorization window, just again, show you one more time that we click continue. At that point, I would add or swipe it, and then I can do the e-check. I wanted to show you the e-check part of it. So if I click on the little plus sign here, it's going to ask for the routing number, the account number to confirm, and then whether or not it's a checking or savings account. I can then add that bank account. That would then remember it on my list so that I'd have it again later on, but it would be secured, and I can charge that, and it can convert a check to an e-check and process it without ever having to take it to the bank. I can just process it this way. So once this is done and I've added it, it will pop up and ask me if I want to go ahead and save a receipt. And then I usually do that to the Dropbox, and then I just email the client the receipt that yes, we've processed your credit card with whatever amount. That's optional. You don't have to send them a receipt if you don't want to, but it's a really nice feature too, because a lot of times if they're paying over the phone or something like that, and you want to just be able to email them quickly that yes, we did process your credit card or your e-check, here you go, here's your receipt. I print it to the Dropbox, drag it to an email, and I send it to them. So super easy to set up, very easy to use, and you can save those bank accounts and credit card numbers so that you don't have to go and ask the client every time. So again, just very, very nice. That's such a nice way to process those credit cards without having to jump through a bunch of hoops to do so. So pricing, I'm going to pop over here to a PDF document. So this, if anybody wants this, if you're watching this, you can ask me for it. Or again, if you go to the learn more, you can get this information from them as well. But I'm going to scroll down here. It gives all the features and the different things that you can do to set it up. And then there's some special rates for the Tabs3 clients. So you can sign up in minutes here. It's got this little tabs3.com/ProPay. But you can see for Visa and MasterCard, it's a 1.99% if you swipe it. And it is 2.89% if it's keyed. So that's just always the same. It doesn't matter, it's 1.99 if you swipe it, it is 2.89% if it's keyed. If it's a Discover card, it's 2.59% swipe, 2.89% keyed. American Express, 2.99% swipe, 2.99% keyed. and e-checks are $50 per transaction. These are always the same. You don't have to worry about jumping through, okay, if I have this one and then what do I get? How much is it for that? All of those things, it's already in there. You know right off the bat what you're getting charged. And if that is higher than what you're using right now, I do believe you can call and contact them and they will negotiate with you. So if you can prove that you're paying less with another company, they will talk with you about that. So definitely worth pursuing. If you do need this document, you can email us or you can call us and we're happy to provide this document to you. But again, if you go to tabs3.com ProPay or if you go into customization, learn more, you can get a lot more information on this, how to sign up. Again, it's very fast. You get your approval very quickly and you can get this implemented and turned on and set up. It's a matter of minutes once you go into customization and you go ahead and put that user ID in and your password and all of that, and it's ready to use immediately. So again, super, super nice feature. It is much improved over what it used to be. If you've ever used anything with this before, the setup process was more difficult. This is completely different and very easy. So please revisit it again if it's something you thought before was just too much of a time-consuming hassle. It is not anymore. So that is our ProPay feature in Tabs and Trust. So there you have it, an easy, fast way to process credit card payments directly into Trust and Tabs.
And that's just one more way that we can help you to worry less
And practice more.